good, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy with Plus Unit Picks. We're back on a Thursday, and I've got a card today that I am extremely confident about. So let's get right into the recap. Yesterday was a great day. We went 3-0, another clean sweep on our VIP plays. That's the second clean sweep in the past 3 days. Okay, we are on fire. The VIP on the free play side, we went 2-1, so that's 5-1 overall between the two sides. The only one that stung was the Quentin Grimes play. Okay, he needed 17.5 points and assists, and he only finished with 13. But we own it and we move on. The card or the readings were right, the indicators were right, but sometimes people underperform, so we can't necessarily control that or some of the other factors. But it was still a 5-1 day. And when you zoom out and look at the big picture, guys, we are winning well over 60% of our plays over the past 30 days. But over the last 3 days, as I had mentioned, we're on fire. We're sitting at an absolutely ridiculous 72% win percentage. That is not luck, okay? That's research, that's discipline, and it's a system that is flat out working, okay? It's not just the picks either. I periodically send updates on which book has the best value from time to time, promotion-wise or bonus-wise, and where the lines are moving. So, you know, I typically try and do that before tip-off. If you were signed up on the Winnable page, even just the free membership, all of that comes straight to your email, to your phone the moment I drop it. Link is in the description and also in the comments. It's pinned in the comments section. Go sign up now, guys. Hit that subscribe button, drop a like, and let's get into today's card. Real quick, before the picks, if you are not on Better yet, you're leaving money on the table. Up to $200 in no sweat entries right now. That's 2 anytime tokens worth up to $100 each. If an entry loses, you get it right back. It's almost like Better's insurance. You scan the QR code you see here on the screen and use my code PLUS1. That's PLUS1. Screenshot your sign up to me at the phone number you see here on the screen. And what I'll do, I'll put you in my VIP for 30 days for free. Okay, so you'll get all my picks, full card every day, detailed breakdowns, and text alerts before the lines move. Okay, if you're already on Better, check out Novig. I really like Novig as well. They have a promotion where if you spend $5, you get $50 in free bets into your account. If you use my code you see here on the screen, Plus Unit, that's PLUSUNIT. Screenshot it to me as well, to the number you see. I'll get you another 30 days free in my VIP. Okay, so that's a total of 60 days free in the VIP if you use these two platforms. Okay, so let's not play it backwards, guys. Let's play the smart game. Let's take the low-hanging fruit and let's build our bankroll the right way. All right, first pick. With that being said, we're getting into the first pick on the card of the free plays. I've got LaMelo Ball at under 11.5 rebounds and assists. I really like this play. He's averaging about almost 5 rebounds and 7 assists on the season. But it's just under 12 combined. So it's barely right at this number on a good night. But here's what the data tells us. He's rebounding, has been inconsistent all season. In his last outing against the Celtics this past Sunday, he had 4 rebounds and 3 assists. So that's only 7 combined. And he's got to get 11.5 here. Basically 12. The game before that against the Knicks on Thursday, he had 5 rebounds and 6 assists, combined for 11, right at the number, just under 12. LaMelo, he's a scorer and a creator first. When Phoenix defense locks in on him, they're facing the Suns tonight. So when they lock in on him, I think containing his playmaking and assists, the numbers dip a little bit. So the Suns are going to throw everything at him and force him into scoring rather than game facilitating. On his season average, he barely clears this number, and he has been trending under it in recent outings. So I think this is a pretty smart play. We're just going to dive into the numbers really quick here on outlier.bet. Once my screen wants to load here. All right. Over the past 5 games, he's hitting it at a 60% clip, where if you faded him on on rebounds and assists, you would have cashed on 60% of your plays. He's right at the average. He's averaging 11.8 So he's right there, but the median is 11. If you look at it over the past 10 games, you would have cashed 70% of your plays. And over the past 20 games, you would have cashed 60% of your plays. Okay, so the one game against Phoenix this year, he did have 13, so that's a slight red flag. I'm not too concerned about it. As far as how he fares as far as how Phoenix fares against opposing point guards across the league, they're middle of the pack in rebounds allowed, and they're top 5 in assists allowed. Okay, defensively, so they don't give up a lot of assists. Rebounds, they're middle of the pack, but I think that's, based upon the trend in the direction that he's going, I think 11 and a half assists is a bit, rebounds and assists is a bit much. That's a bit inflated for me. So we're going to lock that in as the first play on the card. The second play is going to be Luka Doncic at under 15 rebounds and assists. So I know what you're thinking. Luka, he just dropped 42 points, 12 assists, and 5 rebounds against the Cavs on Tuesday. But here's the thing. That one, that was one of his best facilitating nights of the entire month. When you look deeper at his trends, Luka has been in scorer mode. He has hit 40 points in 3 straight games, which means he is operating as a volume scorer right now, not a distributor. The game before, like I said, Cleveland, he had 41 points against the Nets, but only 3 assists and 8 rebounds, which combined at 11. So it's well under the number of 15 that he has to get tonight. In the game before that, he had 7 points and 6 rebounds, which is 13 combined against the Pacers, and he had 43 points, also an under. So 2 of his last 3 games, he finished well under 15 points combined rebounds and assists. We're just going to dive into the numbers. Over the past 5 games, if you would have faded him on that stat line, you would have cashed 80% of your tickets, where he averaged only 13 rebounds and assists. Over the past 10 games, if you faded him, you would have cashed 60% of your tickets. It's a slight dip, where he averaged right at 15. And then over the past 20 games, he's averaging right at 15, but you would have still cashed 55% of your tickets. So I think that's a pretty good stat to bet on. If we look at head-to-head matchups, he's only played against the Thunder. They're playing against the OKC Thunder, a really tough defensive team. He had 7 rebounds and 7 assists in their matchup earlier in the year. So, how the OKC Thunder's defense fares against opposing point guards across the league. They're middle of the pack as far as rebounds allowed, and they're top 3 as far as assists allowed. So I think that's a pretty strong indicator to bet on to lock this in as an under for Luka. So that's going to be the second pick. And then I've got the third pick on the card. Last free play of the night is going to be Colin Gillespie with the Phoenix Suns. They're going against, the opposing team of LaMelo on the, on the earlier slip. Or the earlier pick on the slip. So it's basically the same game against the Charlotte Hornets. We're going to go with over 10.5 points. I really like this one. He's been one of the best stories in the NBA this season, Colin has. And tonight, it's a perfect spot for him to go over this number. He's averaging 13.3 points per game on the year, and he has scored in double digits in 7 of his last 8 games. So he just had 24 points against the Spurs on Thursday, a tough defensive squad, and 24 points against the Hornets, who they're playing again tonight on Sunday. So back-to-back 24-point performances here. Guy's a bit on fire. If we look at the past 5 games, he's averaging about 10 with a median of 11. But he's cashing 80% of the tickets because he had an outlier performance against the Jazz with 0. The guy had 0 against Utah. I don't know what happened there. But aside from that, he's pretty solid. Over the past 10 games, he cashed 70% of the tickets, averaging right at 10.5 with a median of 11. And over the past 20 games, he's cashing 75% of the tickets, averaging 12.6, almost 13 points with a median of 12. As I had mentioned, he had 24 points in their last matchup and only matchup of the season against the Suns. So that was actually last month. So recent numbers kind of point towards the over for me. If you look at over the past, well, actually, if you look at the Hornets, defense to opposing point guards, they're bottom 10 as far as scoring points allowed to point guards across the league. So another strong stat line to bet on, guys. We're going to lock that in as our third and final pick. Okay. So those are the official plays on the card tonight, guys. We're trying to keep the momentum going, stay on fire here. Let me know below in the comments if you guys are tailing, fading, what you like versus what you didn't like, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Good luck.